Today we will be learning on the topic Peter's Gold Mine. The following excerpt is from the novel The Railway Children. This story was written by E. Nesbit in 1906. It is the story of an English family with three children named Peter, Phyllis, and Bobby. They lived with their parents in London. The children had everything they needed. After the father has been put in prison, the mother and children moved to a house near a railway or railroad track. The very next day, they went to the station to watch the train, and they became very excited when they saw one going past them. Later, as they walked around the station, they saw a large heap of gold with a white line on the gully wall. So Peter asked to the boarder, "What is that white mark on the gold for?" And the boarder replied, "Through that white mark, we would come to know whether people have stolen the gold or not." Mother always used to tell to her children, like, "We are quite poor." But that doesn't seem to be anything but a way of speaking. Whereas they have enough to eat and wear a nice dress. And in the month of June, it came 3 wet days, and it became very cold. Nobody could go out. So the 3 children went up to the mother's room and knocked on the door. Bobby called mother and asked her, "May I light a fire?" Bobby said she knows how to do it, but mother refused and said, "No, my dear, we must not light a fire in June as coal is very expensive." And mother told them to go and play under the roof of a house to get a warm. After hearing that, children became very sad. Later, Peter said to his sister, "I have an idea." But Peter did not reveal to them initially, and 2 of his siblings were too curious to know about Peter's idea. So they keep on urging or forcing him to reveal. But Peter said to his sibling, "The only reason why I won't tell you my idea is because it may be wrong and I don't want to trick you both into it." But still then, Phyllis and Bobby were so much excited to know, so they keep on forcing him to reveal. Finally, Peter revealed his idea. That is, to guard the gold mine. So Peter told them not to tell anything about it to their mother. After 2 days, Peter asked his sister to take the Roman chariot and come along with him to the bottom of the hill. And they guarded the gold in the bram with great difficulties as it was so heavy. Meanwhile, mother got surprised after seeing the gold, and she said, "I wonder how the gold has lasted so long this week. This is often we have been lighting the fire every day too." But mother, she was unaware of what their children have done regarding guarding the gold. One dreadful night, the station master hid in the shadow of a brick van, and he waited till Peter had finished putting gold in his bag. Very shortly, the station master seized Peter's collar and said, "Finally, I got you." And Peter said, "I am not thief. I am a coal miner." But station master denied and said to Peter, "Tell that to the police." So he told Peter to come along with him to the station. Peter got worried and started crying. And he said, "No, not to the police station." The station master said to Peter, "Not yet. The railway station first." And then he asked the questions to Peter, "Are there any more with you?" But Peter didn't reply anything as he was trying to save his siblings. But Bobby and Phyllis just came out of the shadow of another truck and said, "No, only us." So Peter got angry and said to his sister, "What do you mean by spying on me like this?" So the children, they request to station master not to take them to the station. They admit their mistake and they told to the station master, "Can't you decide now what you would do to us?" Peter got irritated for holding him, so he told to the station master, "Don't hold me. I wouldn't run away." And the station master loosened Peter's collar and he told them very gently, like, "You are the children from Three Chimneys, so nicely dressed, but what made you do such things? Have not you ever been to church or learned that it is wicked to steal?" But Peter said, "I don't think it was stealing. I was almost sure it wasn't. I thought if I took it from the outside part of the heap, perhaps it would have been stealing. But in the middle, I thought I could fairly count it only mining." And the station master said to them, "Did you do it for fun or what?" Peter said, "Not much fun carting that heavy stuff up the hill." And the station master asked them, "Why did you?" And Peter replied, "You know that wet day?" Now Peter shared everything to the station master, what their mother had told to them. He told to the station master, "My mother said that we were too poor to have a fire. We always had fire when it was cold in our other house," and so on. After hearing that, the station master felt pity on them and he said, "Remember, young gentlemen, stealing is stealing. What is mine is not yours, whether you call it mining or whether you don't." So later, he told the children to go home. He didn't give any punishment, and the children thanked him and they went home happily. Dear students, I hope you have learned something from this topic, Peter's gold mine, through this short video. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.